What's up everybody, it's Roman Gaming here. So it is E3 week. We are pretty much 4 days away from the very first press conference, which is going to be EA on Saturday. So I absolutely can't wait for that. It's going to be really awesome. But in the meantime, I thought I'd do some more prediction videos. And we have quite some press conferences yet to talk about. I really want to talk about Microsoft today because you know, we all know that Microsoft has a lot to prove, and I really want to believe that they can surprise us, because out of all three, the hardware manufacturers, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, Microsoft is in the worst situation right now. We all know that. I myself bought my own Xbox One last year. I've been enjoying the system for what it is, but at the same time, if I look, to what's coming out on the horizon, pretty much, there is pretty much almost nothing there. We all know that. They've laid a great foundation. They have awesome services. They have an awesome online infrastructure. They have a console with the Xbox One X. That is the most powerful console, of course. But that power is still not being used to show really like any games that will show off that power, right? We don't see those at the moment. And so they have, like I said, a lot to prove. Are they going to be able to do that? That's what I really don't know about, because I gotta be realistic about it. You know, last year at the E3, we were already saying the exact same thing. This is Microsoft's time to shine. The Xbox One X is coming out. Now is the moment for them to show a killer lineup, show you why you need to buy that Xbox, and it didn't happen. Yes, they showed 42 games, but many of those were indies, many of those were third-party games that you can also play on other consoles, and so first-party-wise, that was the big problem. And, you know, that's the thing, right, is that you can hardly predict what Microsoft is going to do at E3. That's why this video is not necessarily going to be predictions. I more want to talk, I guess, about the strategy, really, because Microsoft does not have that first-party network. If you look at Sony or Nintendo, you can clearly tell, oh, these are the studios they own, these are the IPs they have, this studio hasn't been working on something for many years, so it's very likely that they're gonna announce something now during this E3. With Microsoft, you don't have that. They have their Halo, Forza, and Gears of War studios, and that's pretty much it. You know, Rare with Sea of Thieves. Then you've pretty much had the entire list. So, you know, again, I gotta be very realistic about it. I think that they've already announced right now that the show is gonna be 2 hours long. And many people look at that and they say, wow, that's amazing. This conference is gonna be very lengthy, so that means they have a lot to show. And while I agree with that, they're gonna have a lot to show, the exact same thing was the case last year, like I said. And that doesn't mean that those games are amazing or make, put the Xbox itself in a better light, right? So if I look at what I've actually written down, yes, as far as the third-party games goes, sure, you can look at something like Anthem. They're once again going to probably show that off. Metro Exodus, we saw that last year already. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Borderlands 3, maybe we could see an announcement of. And one game that many people are very excited about is Cyberpunk, from the creators of The Witcher. If they show those games off and they look very impressive, then that's cool, but it's not gonna ultimately make me look better or worse at this conference, because to me it's really about the first party stuff. It's about seeing the reasons why you should own this platform, why I should be satisfied with owning my Xbox, because we all know Sony and Nintendo, we gotta be realistic about it, are gonna show so many, just amazing exclusive games that will blow you away and give you reasons why you own this console, or why you should own this console, that Microsoft can't get away with just showing stuff that you can play on those other platforms too. And the same will kind of count for the indie games. We saw some cool stuff last year with, I think there was this one game called The Last Night. That looked pretty cool to me. Some other kind of like Dark Souls type games, Ashen and Code Vein, I think. One of those, I think, is like exclusive to Xbox and PC. So those are cool. That's definitely cool. But most of them, again, are third-party games that will come out on several platforms. Now, there is a reason to believe that Microsoft is heading in a pretty good direction and that they are trying to improve, because earlier this year they actually hired a new guy who is now taking care of all the first-party business. So that's good to see. That probably tells me that they're going in some type of different direction. And they also hired another guy just 2 months ago, I think, called Daryl Gallagher. He was the head of Crystal Dynamics for a very long time. And the rumor is that he might be leading a new studio. So, you know, again, that they're right now setting that up. And maybe at this E3, we'll get the announcement that they have a new studio which is going to produce, you know, some game for them in the future. And that to me would already be a step in the right direction, right? Because you know, they need everything they can get right now. I just want to see confidence. I want to see confidence from Microsoft in the future that they're trying to invest in first party once again, because they will need it, especially once the next generation kicks off. You know, this one might be sort of lost for Microsoft right now. The next one, they need to really make that comeback. And so doing this type of stuff would tell me that they are, you know, trying to, like I said, make a step in the right direction. Sure, you can look at the existing Microsoft properties, the big titles, Halo, Forza, and Gears, and they might make some announcements there. With Forza, we're most likely going to see Forza Horizon 4, so that's that's going to be cool. With Gears of War, there were actually rumors that they're working on like 3 different games or something crazy, one mainline new installment, one like a spin-off, and one strategy game. So we might see one of those being announced here. I don't think the mainline installment yet, because it hasn't been too long since Gears of War 4 released. And with Halo, that's the one I don't know if they're gonna show Halo 6 already, because Halo 5 was received well, but not amazingly well, and many people kind of want them to go back to the drawing board or really take that time with the upcoming sequel. So I could see them taking a bit more time with that and not announcing it yet, unless they're gonna tease it or something. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, for me, what's going to be so interesting is to see the strategy of Xbox, is that they don't just focus on what we know them for, that they don't focus on the third party and the indies too much, but that they're making worthwhile investments. If they can announce that new studio, if they can maybe announce some new amazing like AAA story-driven game or something like that, that'd be absolutely great. What if they take one of their, established series like Halo and Gears of War and decide to do something completely different that we don't see coming, kind of reboot it in a way that God of War did it, something like that. Just, again, they need to show that confidence, right? And so if they will have some of those type of announcements, like a couple would be absolutely awesome. Just one, I can look at just, say they would do one of those things, right? Announce a new studio, then that's still not too much, and you gotta look at it realistically in the way that, Sony and Nintendo will be showing you so much stuff that will kind of pale in comparison still, right? So it really sucks to say, but I feel like Microsoft just almost can't win, honestly, if you'd ask me. But we'll have to wait and see, Again, I'm just super curious to see what they're gonna do exactly. Let me know how you feel about it. Are you confident in their press conference? Do you think they're going to be able to surprise and deliver? Do you think they're going to fail? Do you think they're going to do just decent, kind of like me? Again, I've said the word so many times, but if I'm being realistic about it, I think it's going to be another one of those 7 out of 10 type conferences, kind of like last year. Many decent to cool looking games, nothing really that tells me yet that Xbox is going to make a comeback. So that's pretty much the way I feel about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and then for now, thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.